going to be some drills to improve your thoracic mobility, so that mid-back, for a better overhead position, okay? People don't realize that your mid-back is a huge part of being able to get your hand over your head in the position that you want to, especially if you want to add load and weight to that. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to show is more of just like a global spinal mobility exercise, but it's going to be good regardless, pre-overhead, and just to work on that mobility in the thoracic spine as well. So it's just going to be a cat-camel or cat-cow, whatever you prefer. You're going to be on your hands and knees. Basically, you're going to start by tucking your chin, and then you're going to globally flex, round your back as much as you possibly can. Hold it for a couple of seconds, and then flip and arch your back, including your neck, all the way up as much as you possibly can. You can go through this motion nice and slow and controlled, about 10 times. Get that thoracic mobility. And the next exercise for improved thoracic mobility for that better overhead position is going to be an open book exercise, okay? So you're gonna get down on your side on the floor. You're gonna put your knees up, hands on top of each other. From here, you're gonna open all the way up, let your upper shoulder kind of fall back to the ground and get that rotation through your mid-back, and then come all the way back together. This is a really good one just to open up that thoracic spine and get you ready to lift overhead as well. Next exercise for improved thoracic mobility and overhead position is going to be a just thoracic rotation on your hands and knees, okay? So what you're gonna do is get on your hands and knees. You're gonna take one hand, put it behind your neck. Then you're gonna leave your knees where they are. You're gonna take that elbow, you're gonna reach it down towards your opposite knee, all the way as far as you can. And then open all the way up this way, look up at your elbow, and then come back down. Okay, so with this one, you're getting kind of a stretch through the thoracic spine and musculature surrounding it. And then when you open, you're getting more of that activation and end range rotation. The thoracic mobility series to improve that overhead position is going to be just a standing thoracic extension, okay? So this one is really tough. You really have to focus on it, okay? So what we're doing is we're gonna get just a little bit away from the wall, maybe like a foot or so, and then you're gonna put your arms over your head. And what you're trying to do is reach your arms back over your head and tap the wall without extending too much through your lumbar spine. Your lumbar spine will extend a little bit, but you really want to focus on feeling it right in that mid-back, okay? So you're going to go up overhead, you're going to tighten this cord down nice and tight, really think about leaving this lower back still as much as you possibly can, and then you're just going to arch the middle of your back, tap the edges of your fingers to the wall, and then come back. This is a really good one to open up that thoracic spine and help you get the mobility to get to that position that you need to. In the thoracic mobility series is going to be just a seated thoracic extension drill, okay? So what you're gonna do is just find yourself a chair. In an ideal world, it would be a chair back that comes right in the thoracic spot where you feel the tightest. But it can be anywhere throughout the mid-back, okay? So what you're gonna do is just, it has to have a back to it though. So you're gonna lean up against the back of that chair. You're gonna put your hands right in the back of your neck and just clasp them together or just overlap them, whatever's comfortable for you. And then you're gonna lean all the way back, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall with your butt to the end of the chair as much as possible. And then you're going to take your elbows and drive them over, up and over as much as you can and bring it back down. And again, you want to find that tightest position and try to find a chair that gets that spot just so you can kind of use it as a fulcrum to get over the top of the chair, right? You don't want to just be like slamming yourself into the chair. You want to get that. The last exercise in the thoracic mobility series is going to be this super long name. So we're going to do shoulder external rotation with thoracic extension. And you're going to need a box or a bench or anything that you can rest your elbows on, okay? So this exercise can be done in different ways for different purposes, but for this purpose, we're gonna do it how I'm about to tell you, okay? So we're going to put your elbows up on the box or bench. You're gonna take your hands and bring them out so that your hands are wider than your elbows, right? That's the external rotation component of this exercise. So external rotation, and then you're gonna back up to a point where you can take your torso and push your face down towards the box or bench and get that nice extended spine, right? So we don't want to be rounded here. We want the spine to be extended, and you're kind of pushing down into that position. You can hold it, or you can